Rodney Jones, defending the faith here. Hope everybody's doing good. Time to bring in another video. Hope you enjoy it. This one is called, What Does It Mean That Jesus is God's Only Begotten Son? So let's get into this. The phrase only begotten son occurs in John 3:16, which reads in the KJV version as, For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. The phrase only begotten translate to the Greek word monogenos, I think is what it is. The word is variously translated into English as only, one and only begotten. It's this last phrase, only begotten, used in the KJV, the NASB, and the New King James Version that causes problems. False teachers have latched onto this phrase to try and prove their false teachings that Jesus Christ isn't God. I bet many of you don't know that people are teaching that. Some are. That Jesus isn't equal in the essence of God as the second person of the Trinity. They see the word begotten and say Jesus is a created being. We know that's not true, because only someone who has a beginning in time can be begotten. What this fails to note is that begotten is an English translation of a Greek word. As such, we have to look at the original meaning of the Greek word, not transfer English meanings into the text. So what does monogenos mean? I might be saying that wrong. According to the Greek translation lexicon of the New Testament and the other early Christian literature, BAGD 3rd edition, monogenos has two primary definitions. The first definition is pertaining to being the only one of its kind, within specific relationship. This is the meaning in Hebrews 11:17, when the writer refers to Isaac as Abraham's only begotten son in the KJV. Abraham had more than one son, right? But Isaac was the only son he had with Sarah and the only son of the covenant. Therefore, it is the uniqueness of Isaac among the other sons that allows for use of monogenos in that context. The second definition is pertaining to being the only one of its kind or class, unique in kind. This is the meaning that is implied in John 3:16. Also see John 1:14, John 18, John 3:18, 1 John 4:9. John was primarily concerned with demonstrating that Jesus is the Son of God. John 20:31. But these are written so that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name, and uses monogenos to highlight Jesus as uniquely God's Son, sharing the divine nature of God, as opposed to believers who are God's sons and daughters by adoption. Ephesians 1:5, he predestined us for the adoption to himself as sons through Jesus Christ, right? According to the purpose of his will. Jesus is God, the one and only Son, right? The bottom line is that terms such as Father and Son, descriptive of God and Jesus, are human terms that help us understand the relationship between the different persons of the Trinity. If you can understand in part human Son, then you can understand in part the relationship between the first and the second persons of the Trinity, right? The analogy breaks down if you try to take it too far and teach, as some Judeo-Christian cults, such as the Jehovah's Witnesses, that Jesus was literally begotten as and produced of it, created by God the Father. So we know he's not created, but people are using that for false teaching. But I don't really know where else to go on this. I'm just wanting to break down what it means and see if you get understanding for it. Comment back to me and let me know. I'm sure a few will, but I hope it helps with if you've ever wondered. So God bless y'all. Have a great week. Bye.